What's up guys, Caleb here, and today I'm going to be going over 5 simple tips and tricks to make your modular city amazing. These are just 5 tips that I think anybody should keep in mind who is building a modular city because it really helps elevate your city to the next level. The city consists of 3 $200 modular buildings, but these tips can really work with any sort of size city, even if it's big or small. They can help make your city better, I promise. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. First tip is to make your city look good from every angle that you look at it from. Your city shouldn't just look good from the front. It should look good if you go to it on the right side and if you go to it from the left side. You want this thing to be looking sharp from every single angle that you look at it from. Just a quick example, when I first set up my city, I noticed there was this big wall by the townhouse that just didn't look very good. I ended up using the LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga video game box as sort of a way to cover up that wall, and so now it was looking good from pretty much every angle. It didn't look plain anymore. So just making sure all the buildings look good from every angle you look at is a pretty important tip to have when you're building a city. The most controversial tip is tip 2, and that's to add your own minifigs.
God, please, no! 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 No!
Every hardcore collector hates it, but it really adds a lot of character and life to your city. You can put any superhero you want on top of the townhouse. You can put your epic Hitmonkey custom figure from the best Marvel show of all time on top of the police station. We can even have a little street performer performing some music. So if you are a LEGO purist that likes to keep your sets absolutely perfect, then you'd probably hate this, but it really adds a lot of character and life to what would otherwise be a pretty boring city. The third one is one that I think a lot less people are really going to notice, but it's keeping it accessible. If you have a bigger city and all of your buildings are connected to roads and you can't pull them off, then they're just stuck there for good. So no matter the size of your modular city, you should always be able to disconnect at least one building so you can get it out of there in case you need to show it to somebody else. That way, in case you do actually need to take any of the buildings out, it's really easy. You can just disconnect them all. That way, when you're done showing off whatever model you chose, you can just connect it back together and boom, your city is back to normal. Tip number 4 is putting your minifigs in the right places. Most people don't really realize when they're making a city how important minifigs are. But the truth is, your whole city would just look abandoned if you didn't have any in it. Setting up little interactions like selling books outside of the bookstore, or maybe some grandparents having their grandkid visit their house for the first time in a while. These tiny little interactions between these plastic figures that kind of brings your whole city to life. So choosing which minifigs go where and what exactly they're doing goes a surprisingly far way when you're trying to make your city look really good. But under absolutely no circumstance are you allowed to display your minifigs inside the sets because they're practically invisible. The fifth and final tip is just to try your best to keep your city organized. Don't get me wrong, because you want as much color and life and activity going on in your city as possible. You want this thing to be fun, but you also need to organize it well. You want the colors of the buildings to kind of complement each other and the minifigs to make sense in their places. If you don't take the time to care for where your minifigs are at and kind of how your buildings are looking, then after a while it's going to start looking pretty crappy. Just try your best to keep it at least a little bit organized. Make sure your minifigs are standing up and your buildings aren't falling over and it just looks good and you should be fine. But those are my 5 small tips on how to make your modular city look good, and this is going to apply with any type of LEGO city. It doesn't have to be with modular buildings. But thank you guys for watching this short video on 5 easy tips on how to improve your LEGO city. Make sure to like and subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date with my future content, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!